First of all, I want to, congratulate you on an amazing career.
Thank you.
But this is new this year. You're hosting. What are you thinking about that? I mean, I know you do your stuff with G Scott. I mean,
Yeah.
I always tune into that, but this is a little bit different
I
with the
was,
live folks.
I was talking to my wife at lunch. I said, "Babe, what did I just sign myself up for today? What was I thinking? Hosting a award show, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna
Absolutely.
be cool. I always tell my wife, and I'm gonna preach this message to my kids as well as they grow up. Like, really step outside of your comfort zone. Try new stuff. Try different things. Like, experience stuff. When I'm 79, 80 years old, I want to be able to say, "Hey, I hosted an award show one day," just to do something different. Played football my whole life. Wasn't a media darling. Wasn't just a star in front of the cameras. But I got a lot to say. I got a lot up here, a lot in my heart, and so it's gonna be really fun to just guide the show, set the tone, create the energy. It's gonna be a beautiful night.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it helps when you've seen some of these athletes that have been here. I mean, you were in Seattle I mean, you're still in Seattle,
Yeah.
obviously, but a lot of these folks who are here, were playing while you were playing. And obviously, Seattle shows love to each of its respective sports teams.
Yes.
Obviously, you weren't born in this area, but what can you say about the sports culture here in Seattle?
You can just see the passion that Seattle has. You can see the energy that they bring, no matter if you go to a Kraken game, a Storm game, hopefully a Sonics game here in the near future. Like, these people, they bring in each and every game day. And just to have a city that rallies around the players, to have a city that rallies around the city on game day, it was a dream come true to play right here in the city of Seattle.
And so, especially with the teams that you were a part of, folks kind of refer to them as the Seahawks golden days of sorts. A lot of those guys, a lot of them that are here right now still are in Seattle.
Yeah.
At least I know maybe you can't speak for everybody, but why was that a decision you made? I want to stay in Washington. I want to be around here.
It's crazy you asked that because I obviously came in with a Richard Sherman, a Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, and literally to this day, all these guys have stayed put. We grew up together. We all had kids around the same time. We all got married around the same time. We all retired around the same time. It's like we literally grew up together. I was in college, and when I became a full adult on my own, I did it with these guys right here. And so we love everything this city brings. My guys, Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor, started a restaurant here. Doug Baldwin has built a community center here. Like Jermaine Kearse opened up a golf center here. Like, the list goes on and on as far as guys staying put here and doing remarkable things once they transition. And so I just love my guys. I love that I can see them often. They just a phone call away. They're just a 10-minute lunch drive away. And so it's really neat.
I'm sure you probably have answered something like this before, but obviously, with the turnaround with the coaches, folks hit up some of these former guys. I know Cam has said he doesn't want to do it, but about coaching. Have you ever thought about coaching, or is KJ Wright still working on some of his media stuff and trying other things out?
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Each and every game day, when I turn on the TV, I say, KJ, what are you doing? Why are you not out there sharing your knowledge, just bringing energy, game planning, scheming guys up? I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Because I was dang near a coach when I played. I was pretty much a coach on the football field.
Yeah.
And so it's in my heart. I will say that eventually I will do it. And obviously when I do it, I want to start it right here with the Seattle Seahawks.
Personally, I would love that. So I know I got you here, and I want to focus on maybe not everything Seahawks, but I got to talk Seahawks.
Let's go.
I know you've probably talked about it, but, they brought out some of the coordinators today, and with Mike MacDonald and Ryan Grubb and Aiden Dirt. Do you have some general synopsis on this group? Because it's a lot of change for folks.
It's a lot of change.
I mean, I'm used to seeing Pete Carroll every year on the sidelines, talk, with the Monarchs
Right.
and this and that. It's a lot of change, though.
Yeah.
And so just some minor thoughts, because obviously I'm sure you've talked about it before.
Yeah, well, it was, let's just say it was a special era. It was a really special era with Coach Carroll, and I'm excited to see what John Snyder and Mike MacDonald do in 2024 going forward. I tell people this all the time. When I first watched the Baltimore Ravens defense play this football season, I kid you not, it felt like 13 or 14 guys out there on that football field. He just was bringing guys left and right, up the middle. And to see him in his interviews, to see his personality, his energy, this is much needed for this football team right now. And so for him to be a young guy, 36 years old, he's surrounding himself around some veteran presence, as you saw with Leslie Frazier. And so I know that it's going to take some time to build this new culture, this new era, but I'm really confident they're going to get it done.
And then to go back to the show, you know, again, I'm sure you've met some of these people before, but is there anybody at this year's award show that you might want to make sure that you see before you head out the door tonight?
I want to meet Rapinoe. She's right there. I'm getting a little nervous, but she's a bad woman. She's a bad woman.
I mean, you should hang around here because we're supposed to get her next. So
man, yeah, I want to meet her.
You know?
I hang tight. I hang tight. I still haven't met Sue Bird. Hopefully I can meet her tonight. I just met Nate McMillan. I'm sure Sean Kemp and Gary Payne, we already met those guys. But those are two people, Sue Bird and Rapinoe, that I really want to just shake their hands, say hi.
Absolutely.
Right, nice to meet you.
And then if we had to swap uniforms for you today, put KJ in prime athletic shape, I don't know, you know, which of the Seattle teams would you suit up for? You know, are we getting you on the soccer field? I know they just announced champions a change for this upcoming year. No.
No, I'm soccer.
Oh,
Put me at midfielder.
KJ?
You saw me. You saw me in action.
KJ and I played in the Sounders media match. I came on a few times. I did get a little gassed afterward. It felt good coming on for a Super Bowl champion. I will say that.
Yeah.
So we're putting on your soccer field. Really?
You saw me in action. I could play. I scored 2 goals 2 years ago.
So we're putting you up top for the attack.
Put me in the middle. Let me play some defense.
Okay.
Let me play some offense.
Okay.
Let me be like the facilitator.
Stay true for your defensive.
Absolutely.
Okay.